I only just started watching the first couple episodes of Metalocalypse. That was ridiculous.
You've never seen that before?
No.
Oh, that's so good.
So you summoned a troll. A lake troll is now destroying Finland.
Oh, Metalocalypse, yeah.
I
That's a
didn't
good
want to
show.
say it. I didn't want to say it,
This is for the
but it's
fish.
affecting your album price or your album sales. But it's affecting your. Jesus, Murphy. Look at these crazy bastards.
I think that thing just said metal logs and lips. You said metalocalypse. This fucking
Metal logs and lips.
yeah, this fucking this thing is just bad. at its job,
That's like a fucking S&M club name.
right.
Metal logs and lips.
Get it, bitch.
All right, let's fucking kick it.
Kick it.
Tonight on the Red Eye Report, we discuss the Great Library of Alexandria. How important was this place in human history? I think what we know about it will blow your mind. With me tonight is...
That was the weakest blowing of mind I've ever heard.
I mean, yeah, my mind is like
So
pretty...
good.
Sorry, I fucking read it wrong. With me tonight is Paige Turner Teddy. He's a well-respected and well-read man in the world of literotica. Long-
Look, that was one time by accident, and I finished the book. And it was the fucked up part about it was the literotica part of the book sucked. It fucking sucked. Like this, I'm like, this is just bad sex writing. I could have done better.
Alongside him is autobiographical Ashtray. He won't shut the fuck up about himself, so we've given up and just let him ramble on endlessly about the boils rimming his asshole.
Well,
Oh my
somehow.
god. My God.
I don't have a girlfriend to bitch to.
We also have Meteoroscopian Mystic. Fun fact, if you twist his nipples just right, you can tell when the next lunar eclipse is coming.
Yeah, you can.
And finally, there's me, Oracle. I always heard those hip cats were up to something cool over in Alexandria, so I fired up my America Online account and asked Jeeves. You thought Bing was bad.
the way to do
Jeeves
it.
is a dirty motherfucker. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Red Eye Report.
And you got to watch your back, and Jeeves will cut you. Can't trust those white people. They greedy.
Greedy
They cut you.
Jeeves.
They cut you. I forgot my bowl. All right, cool.
All right, so
Well,
yeah, before we begin, moment of inhalants.
We're gonna rename this shit the pause for the cause because moment
Okay.
of inhalants just sounds stupid.
All right, pause
Pause
for the,
for the
pause for the
cause.
cause. Go ahead. I'll drink
That
water.
sounds like
Goddamn
some
liar.
dog rescue group.
Right?
Today's I'm starting it now, and we're gonna. We only hired
does-
blonde girls named Becky.
Totally sound like a dog rescue group. Pause for the cause with 2 little paw prints in the logo.
No, dude. What you do is you rent dogs to stoned people who just want to take walks with them.
Right? Like without having to.
I'll bet you
oh, yeah.
Brooklyn that would take off. Some hipster area in New York. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Don't they
It's kinda
have like a
funny
hug cafe in Madison or some shit?
And they used to.
Oh, they tried to.
Wait,
They
a
it never
hug
even got off
cafe?
the
What is
ground.
that?
It was a cuddle. It was like a cuddle room, where basically like instead of getting a massage, you got to lay in bed with whether it would be a woman or a man, and spoon.
Cuddles, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it was gonna
That's-
be like they were gonna have cameras and everything, make it like real, like you no fucking around kind of thing. But the city and people, oh my god, it's gonna turn into a brothel. It's like there's
Well, that's what
already
happens
the old
in the
fucking brothel
People's
down there.
Republic of Madison.
My husband can't be a little spoon for nobody but me.
Yeah, right. Even if I am the biggest.
I don't even know what spooning is, but he ain't gonna go doing know what with me.
Yeah. He ain't putting that in no one else's ice cream tub. But
So let's go on a historical journey into
Your
the
journey.
past. And
Do you kill anybody in the library while we're watching this video? Because if you don't, I'm gonna be sorely disappointed.
No, it's the fucking tour, dude. It's
Oh,
the
you did the tour.
historical fucking tour, man.
Oh, okay. My bad.
All right, so
Let's go to the bathroom and smoke.
The Great Library of Alexandria. This was an idea of Alexander the Great, and it actually was. He was a student of Aristotle. They started building this before or after he had died, 253 BC, I believe it was, and or 283 BCE, and so they started building this thing, and the idea was, it's kind of like this fucking insane idea. It was the collection point of knowledge of the ancient world. Like, they legitimately set out to make that happen. And really, the Greeks had kind of sparked this, because the Greeks, they started having their own
started writing shit down.
They started writing shit down, and they started figuring shit out. And they're like, wow, these fucking libraries are kind of a good idea. We're actually, doing some stuff here. So that's what they kind of, what they set out to do.
Turn into a street beggar? What's going on here?
Yeah, well, you got to do the fucking tour. Shut the fuck up. All right, so they start putting this together.
Was gonna fly around.
And in order for them to collect this knowledge in the Great Library of Alexandria, they had to collect scrolls from around the world, around the ancient world. A lot of the stuff came from ancient Greece. So those were the early texts that they came over from ancient Greece. And then any ships, because Alexandria was like a huge port, so any ships that came into the port, they were immediately searched. And if they found a book or a scribe or a scroll on this ship, they would confiscate it, take it to their scribes, and the scribes would make a copy. Then they'd take that copy and take it back to the people and actually compensate them for it. So, and they would keep the original.
And then here's this shitty copy we made.
Here's the copy, but they actually paid him money. They didn't, didn't just take it.
Just
Which is
the word confiscate kind of sounded real authoritarian there.
So, yeah, this was actually kind of a cool way that they were doing. They also sent out book hunters.
That's my copy of Penthouse Letters. Hey.
Yeah, they actually sent out book hunters that would go around the Mediterranean, and they would try to find unique books and scrolls to bring back to the Library of Alexandria. And the idea was that this would be the hub of knowledge for humanity. So they stopped the export of papyrus to other parts of the world. You could not export papyrus, and it could
from Alexandria.
From Alexandria, it could only be made there. So they kind of had a monopoly on this knowledge. But it was really, it was meant
the market on papyrus.
Right, cornered the market on papyrus, and really this was meant to kind of have a collecting point. So in the Great Library of Alexandria, it wasn't just kind of like hoarding these scrolls. They also had classrooms there. And it was meant for these great thinkers of the time to get together and fucking talk this shit out and figure it out.
Some scrolls.
Right. So some of the interesting things that happened at the Great Library of Alexandria, they had to chronicle. So his fucking Xbox is being.
I was like, why am I on two screens?
Well, if as long as I don't have my camera on, I can be in the call and shit. But if I cut my camera on for some reason, it freezes. I'm loading up my laptop.
That's why my head's so big. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm handsome, but I don't want to knock you out.
So the at the height of the Great Library of Alexandria, they actually had it's estimated to be 700,000 scrolls.
Damn.
within the library. And of course,
That's a big Dewey Decimal System.
well, that's the thing, is they didn't have fucking any of that before
Whoa,
this.
really? Like no
Yeah,
organization?
there was no fucking organization. So
Well, what's the point then?
well, they had to create it. So this fucking
Oh,
dude,
I see.
Callinicus of Cyrene, he made the Pinakes
Sounds like
or something
a
like
new
that.
sexual gender.
And
Callinicus.
basically, it was a catalog. It wasn't like the Dewey Decimal System, but it did categorize these things. It was like 120 volumes long. Now, some of the advancements that happened that we know of, and I'll get to kind of like the demise of the Great Library of Alexandria. So, 1600 years before Columbus set sail, Aristophanes not only realized that the Earth was round, but he calculated the Earth's circumference and diameter within a few miles. This is fucking crazy.
And he used the libraries of Alexandria to do it.
Yeah. And the world's first steam engine was created there. And it wasn't until 1,000 years later that it was reinvented.
No shit.
Oh, yeah. And they say, like, the mathematical advances, they were so advanced in math at that time that we didn't, as a humanity, we did not reach that level until the 14th century again. And so from 480 BC to the 1400s, we did not, over 1,000 years worth of knowledge, and that's what we know of. So
that's like almost 2,000.
It's fucking crazy. Like when you
1,900 years. That's
when
crazy.
you think about it, like,
Are we watching? Is this a game or like something you download on Xbox or PC or something?
so this is Assassin's
virtual
Creed.
thing.
This is Assassin's Creed Origins. They actually do a discovery tour on their games where you can kind of go through and
So this is just like a side thing where you can just
Yeah.
explore the.
Yep.
That's cool.
because Ubisoft, they're making the most advanced, recreations of a lot of these historical places. So it's actually really cool.
The
Were they the
original,
ones that scanned the Notre Dame
Yeah.
Cathedral?
Yep.
And they're actually using that
Yep.
information now for the restoration.
restoration? Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, it's super.
They're probably like,
advanced shit.
we never thought about doing that ourselves, so could we maybe make a copy of that
Well,
data?
think about it too. These are multi-million-dollar projects to make these games.
That's true.
And you've got some of the best artists in the world working on it. Your universities and whatnot aren't going to be able to match that. Their technical abilities. But so it was created in 283 BC, and then in 48 BCE, Julius Caesar actually laid siege on the Great Library of Alexandria.
What
And,
a fucking piece of shit.
or not on the Great Library, on Alexandria. And
I'm just here for your library.
Just the library? I mean, shit.
yeah, but
Think about it. Back in the day, it would be a treasure trove.
oh yeah, I mean it's a huge. It is the fucking seat of human knowledge.
Right.
It's kind of a big deal, and he fucking laid siege on Alexandria, and in order to push the forces back, he set the ships in the harbor on fire. Those ships, the fire spread from the ships to the main library portion,
Oh shit!
and it fucking burned the library.
Entire thing.
The main
So
one.
he didn't mean to do it.
He didn't mean to do it, but that's a pretty big fuck up.
Yeah.
There were actually two.
There's no State Farm back then.
Right. There were actually.
That's like a Ricky size fuck up.
It's a Ricky-sized fuck up, and you have to realize that at this time there is no printing press,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
These are handwritten. That's the only way you're making a copy. There isn't a
Got it.
copy of a lot of this shit.
Imagine
Yeah.
that devastated feeling if you were a scribe
Oh yeah.
and watching that burn in the
Huge
distance.
amounts of knowledge was lost. So the Great Library was actually split up into two major portions. That was the biggest part. The I called it like the Royal Library, I believe. There was a second part that actually hung on until like 415 CE, and the at that time, what was happening is these rulers would come in. So for the longest time, people said, "Oh, well, the fucking Muslims, they destroyed it." Well, you just blame the Muslims because you fucking hate the Muslims. So
Yeah.
whenever these leaders would come into Alexandria, at a certain point, they would become threatened by the knowledge that was within it, and they would have texts burned inside of it until it got to the
multiple
point.
times it was.
Yeah, multiple times, and ultimately it was the Christians that destroyed the
Of course it
library.
was the Christians.
Yeah.
Of course it was in his name under
Well,
his
they
eye.
threw the holy hand grenade in there.
Right.
Boom.
Right. So yeah, that was pretty shitty how it all went down. It's kind of fascinating because at that time, there was the Great Library of Alexandria. There were also other great libraries around the world. China had its own great library.
Well, I was gonna say
There's probably a couple
lot of
good
their stuff
libraries,
be
too.
From because wasn't there a lot of math going on in the Middle East and Asia?
Yeah,
time?
there was, and actually in Middle Eastern cities, a lot of the kind of major Middle Eastern cities, they had these libraries, and they kind of all had their high point, but as things were passed down through like different conquests and shit, these books would be used as currency to pay for different armies and shit. So if you're going to go on a conquest, you say, okay, well, I'm going to give you 10 camel loads worth of these books.
Here's a bunch of books.
Yeah, here's a bunch of books, but you have to
there's no video games
realize
back
The
then.
knowledge in those
it's the
books is
knowledge. This is not
shit
fiction. This is like
This ain't
fucking
fiction.
this is calculus, right? This is
Right.
you can't look this shit up. Like it only exists in this fucking book. And as this happened, it just kind of got dissipated. And then the printing press changed everything. Once the printing press happened, the mass dissemination of books and knowledge, that really
Think
changed
how
things.
bad, or just how much that shook shit up. The printing
Oh, yeah.
press.
That was huge. A huge thing. And also...
The old scribes were probably on strike. Down
Right.
with the press.
Right. And you
The
had...
machine's taking my job.
Right. And you had, back then, you had kind of like these royal libraries, but the other institution that had the libraries by far, the corner on the library market, after the Library of Alexandria until the printing press time, was the church. It was the church,
yeah.
the Catholic Church. They were the ones with the libraries.
Can you imagine the treasure trove of fucking ancient texts that the Catholic Church has in
Dude, the Vatican.
in Vatican? Yeah.
Dude, so I like going there, and like I don't see how you can go in there and come out still being a devout Catholic. Like the shit they have in there is like, what they did to get this shit.
Right.
It was
Right.
it's fucking. It's the fucking sickening.
You been
Fucking
to Vatican City?
disgusting.
Yeah, I've been to Vatican City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I've never met anyone who's
The
actually
coolest,
been there.
the most fucking thing
Tell us,
was in St. Peter's Basilica. They have all the popes have a statue that they started dedicating themselves. The last pope that did it was this guy. His takes up like a whole corner. It's fucking like 50 feet high. It's him sitting on a giant fucking throne, and he's got 3 naked bitches flying around him. The Pope after him came and said, "Okay, we can't do this shit anymore." I mean, he's got some cool old shit. I mean, it's got a gold cross like the size of me and that shit.
You know what's
It's like
great?
I'm like it's fucking and like huge ass. It's like the riches of those. I'm like, God damn, the stories were true.
I picture
Now
a
we're some greedy
scene,
motherfuckers.
a scene where he's like, "Here's my new statue," and he's like, I said Pope, not pimp.
Close up. I mean, it is a cool museum. I mean, you got some really old shit in there.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, because I have not been to Vatican City, let alone fucking
I
Italy.
am not going to be going to Vatican City.
That's true. Not until you get a rocket on that boot of yours.
Yeah, and I'm, after a certain
I will
point,
never go.
I think if
don't give
you
a fuck.
listen to too much Flesh God Apocalypse, you just
Yeah,
burst into
exactly.
flames at some point.
Dude, Artspire, man. Listen
Oh
to
yeah,
some Artspire.
they're very good. I actually heard
they have
one
the
of their
Doors
songs.
of Absolution at Vatican City where they're open up twice a year, I believe.
Excuse me.
The guy was saying. Those are the doors when you walk through, all of your sins are absolved.
Oh my god, that'd be
Oh.
so great.
Do they have any
Yeah,
good
I'm just letting you know.
Pokemons
That's
that you
probably
can
what would
you can
happen is
find
you
there?
would shit yourself because of all the sin that you finally
I was
built
playing.
up.
I was playing.
Like,
I had Final Fantasy with me. Final Fantasy 7 on my mod at PSP.
You're playing Final Fantasy while you're in the Vatican City.
I played it in the Louvre too. It was fucking.
Nice.
Played it in the Louvre too. This dude's got a fucking PSP. He's around some of the most priceless works of art known to fucking humankind.
Look, I
Good.
walked
But
around and
some of
looked
that
at shit
shit
also.
though,
We were
like,
there for
did
like
it
4
fit the
hours.
swamp like
Hanks.
45?
Tom
like
Hanks
4 hours.
acted in the Louvre, all right?
Right? The
what
national
I'm saying?
treasure.
That is a national.
All
I
right.
mean, I was power leveling. Fuck you.
So that's it for the Great Library of Alexandria. I've got the Discovery Tour, and I made the transcript for it up on our website if you want to check it out. It's pretty fucking cool what they do for that. It's actually very detailed and informative. Next up, we've got Dune, the new movie. We're going to talk about it. Mystic, you...
Oh, whoa. Teddy's question: has anybody read the book?
No.
No.
Fucking peons.
You're
Talk
not gonna
about
be
that.
it's not, are you?
Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Oh
Fuck y'all,
my
man. Let's-
god.
go ahead and talk.
Okay, so Mystic, tell us about this Dune shit.
I forgot, man.
You forgot all about the movie already?
Oh no, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. The one thing that I really appreciate is that it said part 1. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
thank
he knew
God.
that this was going to be broken up. Even if we don't see the end of it, there's a purpose to why the pacing was like this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yes.
So that I appreciate that. But other than that, like the sci-fi in it was fucking fabulous. Like the dragonfly. Spoilers ahead if anyone's fucking watching this or listening to this. The little dragonfly fucking like chopper things that they flew around in. The personal shields was cool. I know Oracle has some things to say about the personal shields. The acting was cool. I wish I could have seen more Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
you
I
will-
was
you- like,
actually
what the fuck?
really
He was in, like,
surprised.
2
He's in-
scenes.
Yeah.
Which one was he?
He's
Oh,
Raban
is he the guy
doesn't-
from
he,
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Raban is more. He's more part 2. He's more part 2 shit.
yeah. I kind of figured he was.
Yeah, because the Harkonnen take back over the city and stuff.
The one thing that I thought was really funny though, and this is more of a who is this? What's this? Frank? What the fuck is this dude?
Frank Herbert.
Frank Herbert.
Yeah.
It's more of an indictment of him. Like, what the fuck's up with the naming? You know what I mean? They got like all these alien names and then like Paul. It's just Paul. And then
Duncan,
fucking
Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho. What the fuck is that dude? That dude's riding a horse with a fucking big hat. Like pimping potatoes. Duncan, Idaho. Come on, man.
Fuck.
Anyway, but that's not, that's nothing to give. The movie wasn't bad because of that. I gave it, what did I say, a 4.5?
4.75, I think you gave it.
Was it 4.75? Yeah, I don't think I ever.
You never
I don't
do
think
that.
I don't think a movie's ever perfect, but this was
Yeah.
executed really well. This was, and it felt like the one thing that I liked was that Blade Runner 2049 was executed really well, and it's the same director. But I didn't feel the same. I didn't feel Like I felt like Dune was just its own fucking. It just existed, and this dude took a camera to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
everything
exactly,
that
yeah.
was in it fit
Right.
fucking together perfectly.
Right.
The way he described things, like Teddy was telling me the name of this dude whose eyes fucking changed
back
when
in-
he
Oh
was
yeah,
Alpha
when his
Hour, I think,
eyes, when he rolled
and
his
he like
eyes
told me
back
the
or
name
whatever.
of it, and I didn't need to know the name. Just with his fucking showing me that,
showing, yeah, they did.
it gave me the backstory. I knew what this dude fucking does. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and that's
Yeah,
how you
he
make
did
a
really good.
movie out of a book, in my opinion. He did a really
Right.
good job.
Right.
Yeah, the book is 444 pages, and a lot of it is being descriptive because all this alien shit, and he did a really good job of like Mystic said, putting the camera to it, and
Yeah.
like explaining
just shot it.
like
That's the thing,
showing
like, it
you
was
showing you what a
just a
mentat was without you having to know what a mentat was.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fucking cool. He didn't make you feel like if you didn't read the book, fuck you.
It wasn't
kinda
all
thing.
exposition and shit like fucking
Yeah.
Star Wars. You know what I'm
Full
saying?
disclosure here, I will be discussing.
You did.
Fucking stuff.
Anyway, yes. Go ahead.
Part 2 is gonna be fucking awesome.
So
next?
yeah, so the one of the things that Mystic mentioned was the shields, and that's something that I was really kind of struck by in the movie, is being very cool and very unique in the way that they could do this.
Of any like it attacks things that move. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, wasn't it also controlled by a person?
It was controlled
Yeah,
by a
they're not-
person,
The guy
and
they
no
found on
AI.
the wall, right?
right.
AI is not.
It's
There's
actually really
force-
cool. I didn't know
there's
any of
forces
that
in all
shit
of
about
us.
the
I didn't
shields.
know it either, but
Well,
like,
you didn't? Did you remember? They kind of try to tell you like when the doctor shot him with that dart and he's trying to get to it
Right.
before it got
No,
to.
I got that they had to slow down, but I didn't really
Oh.
put it together that the moves, the kill shots had to be slowed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe if you hit it with enough force, you could get through.
And
Because
yeah,
some of
right.
them did kind of look like that.
And the cool thing about that too, like the shot with the Duke, okay? So though that's called a slow shot stunner or some shit like that. They have projectiles that can get through it, but it comes down to the velocity as well. So you see when he gets shot, he actually starts like running toward where he thinks it came from, and that's a mistake because that is adding to the velocity. When Duncan Idaho gets one shot at him, he actually stops,
Yeah.
and then he deflects it away. Like he waits for the velocity to stop, then he deflects it away, then he attacks. Like it's
Yeah, I
really
never
fucking
thought
cool.
about that. Yeah, the velocity going the other way is the same.
Yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
equal
Yeah,
in the opposite
it's
direction.
really fucking cool. And
It's like physics. There's
Yeah,
physics, man.
yeah.
And that totally lends to what I was saying about this whole diegetic.
so does that
of
mean the
movie just
nerds
felt-
are really happy with the?
I think so.
The movie is fucking.
Oh,
The
yeah.
movie's fucking awesome.
It's
It is.
Yeah.
It's like
great
Mystic.
reviews.
It's like Mystic said. He put a lens to it, and it's
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
I mean the dialogue, the way they described everything. I mean it was very very
And it
close to the
didn't
book.
hold your hand. That's what.
Right.
That's why it
Yeah.
felt. That's why it
Yeah.
felt real.
Yeah.
That's why it felt like it was real. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah,
like,
and
this is
not
his
that.
world, be a
What
part
did
of
you
it. These are the-
call
it
it,
was pretty-
Mystic? Like with Star Wars, where it's like the camera's like flying around, you know, all that crazy shit. Where like this is more like a lens to the environment.
No, what I meant by exposition is that Star Wars explains it all in dialogue.
Mhm. Yeah, that was cool. Like
Okay.
in Dune, you just didn't know, like during
There
a
was
lot of
little
the shit.
intricacy.
Right.
Yeah. Like you could probably go back and watch this movie 5-6 times.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Still see shit.
Right. Like
And
going
it was
through.
brutal too. I love the brutalness of the fucking people, the sand people. Like when
Yeah.
she's like, "Here's your knife." I put that in my review. She's like, "This knife belongs to my family. It'll bring you great honor if you die holding it."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like this bitch is like supposed to be like the one. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
his soulmate. She's like, "Man, you're gonna die, so here you go." Like, you know.
And that Fremen battle at the end too, he was just like, it was so fucking savage the way that he's just like, yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna take that woman. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill the son. Fuck you. This is better for you anyway. Like
Yeah, I
zero.
mean, it's like
Yeah, it's
And
just gonna kill them
they-
and take the fluid out of their body.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's what it
And
was.
that's
It's all
pretty
about
much-
getting their
and that's
moisture.
pretty much how they were. They lived in the desert. I mean, you had to get moisture from where you can get it. And when one of them died, they drained all their body of moisture.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking badass. I actually have a lot of faith for the next part.
Dude, I'm telling
I
you,
think
if
it'll
you
be
like,
I
if you
did-
like,
I
the
didn't
movie, you should
recognize that.
read the
What
book.
Are You
It's
Doing
actually-
Toying With Me? Was a nod to the fact that
And the geese
he
kept doing
was
all those fake
fighting
feints. and
as
then-
if he had a shield.
Mm,
Right.
Yeah, because he's used to.
Yeah,
That's why
I
he got
didn't
hit.
catch
Also,
that.
he was
right,
used to
Cool.
fucking having a shield there.
right.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense now. Because I guess I thought it was more like, was he just not ready to kill someone? Because he hadn't
Well, I
actually
mean,
killed someone
that was
yet,
part
right?
that was part of it too. But when
Mhm.
he was getting the better
At
of
first,
him.
when he was
at
doing,
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
He was getting the
first.
better of him for a while.
until
and
he
was getting-
realized that he couldn't fight that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole new world.
Whole new world of killing your enemy in one swift
All
move.
right. Next up.
There's some things that happen in part two, and it should be happening in part two. And I'm curious how he's gonna go about it because it gets kind of mystical a little
See,
bit.
here's the thing: is I heard that this dude Villanueva was a really big Dune fanboy.
Mhm.
So look at Zack Snyder. Tell me now that Zack Snyder's films are anywhere near as good as this motherfucker. This is how you make a fanboy
Mhm.
fucking
I
film.
agree.
You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? Like Zack Snyder just fucking comes all over some shit. Like I don't.
Lens flares.
Yeah. Right.
No,
Right.
that's J.J. Abrams. But yeah,
Oh, that's
same
right.
concept. Same.
And Michael Bay.
They get them all mixed up now. But this was the guy who did the Blade Runner 2049 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
He
okay.
did some other shit too, but that was like the biggest one since the biggest one he had before.
I can see it now, style wise.
Mhm.
Yeah, you totally can. That's what I meant. That's what I mean. Like 2049 just didn't do it for me. It was just it felt too fabricated.
Yeah. I mean, it just didn't.
I think part of it was I don't. It may also have been that they tried to kind of keep it like a gritty, but also it's so high def now that
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
doesn't
high
feel
def.
as like. I guess the original, felt authentic because it
It
was
sure
just
did, yeah,
kinda
because it was
And-
shitty.
Right.
shitty,
Yeah,
gritty,
aliens.
classic
Shitty,
film.
gritty,
Right.
and also the book that it's based off of is just one book. It's not that long of a book, and it's a Philip K. Dick book, so it's like fucking completely open to interpretation
Yeah.
on
Right,
a
yeah.
lot of aspects. But
Fuck.
that's the thing, is it's just that one book, right? Whereas
So like the second
you-
one is just its own interpretation.
exactly,
of that story
it's its
continuing.
own interpretation, so it's not, it doesn't have the chops, and I think that's why Dune stands out, because it's like, okay, how many fucking Dune books were there, and they have all of this fucking like board games and all this lore and all this crazy shit to draw from, so there's a lot of depth there. But
Yep.
I digress. You can check out the fucking Dune stuff on our website,
Well, you
theredeyereport.com.
digress. I'll undress.
All right.
Please don't.
Well, as
Please don't
Ashtray's
do it.
undressing, he can talk to us about his hipster ass Mad Honey.
Oh yeah. So I'd never heard of this stuff. And
Fucking
I'm supposed to be hipster king. But yeah, I was introduced to this stuff called Mad Honey. It's made in Nepal. Go to madhoney.net. It's expensive. So like their smallest jar is $70.
Okay, what's so special about the Mad Hunt?
Oh my
Fucking get
God.
But oh yeah, no, seriously, it's expensive
I'm
shit.
gonna
But
come in a
show,
bottle and sell that shit to him.
show some of those pictures.
What's
Of
so
them-
special about it?
Them
Like look at
getting
the
it or what?
pictures I put in the outline, Oracle.
Yeah.
What's so special about it is
It'll
when he
get you
brings these
high.
pictures up is it's got this kind of psycho, like mild, almost like a mild, marijuana mushroom high, but also
Is
like,
this the space honey from fucking
kept me
Futurama?
fucking kept me up like real late, where it's like fuck, it's even after daylight savings time and I'm up till 1. Like go to fucking bed, you dumb shit.
I mean, what's in
But if you
it, though?
see those
Just honey and
pictures
what
of how
else?
they harvest the honey, this is why it's expensive. Like it's, these natives in Nepal, that it's because these bees only live, and it's actually really cool looking. If you bring those pictures up from the outline, Oracle.
I did already.
There you go. See those weird like half crescent? That's the actual honeycomb. Like they hang like these big half
You know
circles.
what? I don't care how fucking hard it is to get it. Streamline that shit. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? That's a supply chain shit. I'm not paying $70 for some fucking Hulu. I'll just smoke some weed.
It's really tasty. It's like you don't even need much of it. Like
I mean, what are the bee? What flower are the bees getting this pollen from to make the honey?
I would have to.
Right. Yeah.
Are they just sprinkling crack on it and just selling it to you? I mean, what the fuck's going on?
Our mad honey delivers a perfect
Probably.
dose of the mystical gray anoxotoxins that have been prized by the people of Nepal for 1,000 years. That sounds like a hipster term.
Sounds like somebody.
Remote parts of the world, mad honey is bringing this potent sweet elixir to the planet.
I'm pretty sure they're. I'm pretty sure
it's got the total Instagram kind of like hipster.
So you don't know. You don't know what's in it. That's what you're saying. You don't know
like
what's
somebody got some pictures off the internet, laced that shit with some fucking honey oil or some shit,
and then fucking
and sold it to you at a fucking 700,000% markup.
Oh, there isn't just some. I mean, there's a lot of pictures and video and stuff. Either way, like the point is, the shit works.
Yeah, it gets. Look, I'm not debating whether it works. I'm curious.
It's tasty too.
Of what's in it. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I have a theory. I think that the bees are getting into cordyceps fucking mushrooms, which give you energy, because those are in like lion's mane and cordyceps. I think they get those from those areas.
Lion's mane and stuff, that's in that mud water stuff that I take.
Yeah.
But I could see that. It tastes like they're getting fucking strawberry fields.
Well, there you go.
Delicious.
We fucking Sherlocked this motherfucker.
There we go. All right, move along.
I mean, Oracle did. We didn't do shit.
If we didn't do shit, I don't even know what lion's mane is. I
All
thought
right.
it was a lion's mane.
mushroom.
I
All
mean,
right.
shit, if I could, yeah.
Next up, we've got Mystic with Werewolves Within.
Right. So, if you want to see, I think it's a little under 2 minutes. I did a video review of this movie, Werewolves Within. It's an independent movie. It came out in early 2021. So Sam Richardson he was in Veep, if anybody's ever seen that. He was really funny in that. Richard Splett. In this, he was really good. His facial expressions, and I put that in the video, are fucking fabulous. And they sold
the black guy?
Yeah. Like they sold it. Like when they come up here and he screams, or they all scream at this fucking body he found. Like watch his face. It's kind of covered up by the thing, but like he's just like just the way like they're all screaming. He's like, ugh. It's like a Mr. Bean almost, like facial.
Mm-hmm.
Like he acts with his face. And anyway, so what's her face? Milana something.
Yeah.
I don't know her last name, Vantrub.
AT&T girl.
The AT&T girl. She's a lot better than I thought. Like she wasn't the greatest actress in the world, but she was funny as shit. And it was a really fun, like hour and a half horror movie. Not really even a horror movie, just a comedy with some, with a werewolf, basically.
What is it on?
It's like Shaun of the Dead. I rented it off Amazon for 99 cents.
Oh, okay.
Can't argue with that. $1, shit.
Right.
Yeah. It was like HD for $1 too.
Looks pretty good.
But it's just a comedy. Like it's Shaun of the Dead. Almost it's even shot kind of like that, in that British like that Edgar Wright kind of style.
I could use a movie like that, kind of like a funny
little levity.
Horror. Yeah.
Well, you should have watched Hocus Pocus over Halloween.
Well, fuck. Next up, Teddy, we've got Forza Horizon 5 lets you pick your pronoun.
I only put this as my what?
I saw that
because of it was gonna be my fuck what you think, and then something else about Forza made me do my fuck what you think. So when you create your character, you can do kind of like Cyberpunk style. You don't get to choose your dick size, but You can do the whole little, choose your person, choose your name. You can choose the voice, so it'd be a male or female voice. I accidentally chose the female voice because I was high as fuck. So I got this bald black dude who talks like a chick. And then it let you choose your pronoun: him, her, him or her, us or them, we or they, whatever the fuck they are. It lets you choose that.
Whatever
So
they are.
I was thinking to myself, hey, that's kind of progressive, I guess, to do that. Even though they're only
whatever from now on.
Even though there are only 2 black people you can choose from, that dude and the chick. Hooray for them! Very progressive.
That's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've been playing Forza Horizon 5. I actually just put a review up on the website today for it. It's a Forza Horizon game. It's fucking a continuation of Forza Horizon 4. They basically took everything that was in that game and they put it in Mexico, which Mexico is fun. It's interesting. There are like cool temples and shit.
Now, do they make these after actual roads, or is this more all arcade racing?
This is arcade racing.
Arcade racing. Okay. There isn't really a lot of simulation going on. The PC launch of this game has been rough. People have been having a lot of technical issues with it. I got it to work by running it in admin mode, which is a shame because it looks fucking amazing on PC. Looks pretty good on the Xbox. It looks phenomenal on PC. It's just the same old shit. I will say that fucking steering wheel, man. My God, like, do they not have a human being sit down and try using a steering wheel?
Forza has always been horrible for fucking steering wheel.
It's so bad. Like, you can't, with the default settings, you cannot drive a car off-road. Like, it's got like this crazy torque thing that's going on that you lose control. It's fucking insane.
Is it really?
I was able to get it.
Some cars you can't drive with a controller off road though.
Yeah,
that Porsche, when that fucker lets loose, you can't control that bitch.
Right. But it's so bad because like I was doing a race. I fucking do the steering wheel, get last place. Do the exact same race with a controller, first place, no problem. Like, it's that much of a difference in using a steering wheel. Free roam and when you're on the roads and stuff, that's really not a problem at all. They've got the barn finds. They have kind of like a cool thing where you can search for it's kind of like you got to search around for crates and stuff in like an area.
Are we doing a review right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And I just did a review for this today. So it's a decent game. One thing that I will say is the best part of this game is the sound inside of the cockpit of the cars.
Yeah.
They have done.
Oh, I don't drive like that. I drive
that Corvette fucking sounds fabulous.
They have done a phenomenal job with the sound inside of the cars. Like, you have to go inside the car to appreciate it. Even if you don't drive like that, you should just go in there to listen to it because they have.
Is it just like hearing the as far as kind of the 3-dimensional sound of the cars around you?
And the sound of your engine is just phenomenal. Yeah. They've clearly taken mics out and put them in cars and did it the right way, and not just kind of like
just made some synthesizer.
Exactly. Sounds. Yeah, it's really good. So the game, definitely decent game. Don't expect anything to change things up. I feel like this...
Is it like another FIFA game?
It's like another FIFA game. And my feeling is this is going to be good for this time, but they're going to have to kind of mix things up. Otherwise, this is going to become the next Madden, right? This is going to become the next FIFA because there's just no competition right now. And, but for right now, this is good. It's fun. So, yeah.
I'm still willing to pay for it.
Well, I don't pay shit for it. It's on Game Pass.
Oh, Game Pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right.
Pay
Next
something.
up, we've got the Fuck What You Think. This is where we tell you to go finger fuck your butthole. And first up, we have Ashtray with calling out your parent on Facebook.
I think these
Oh yeah, it's always a bad idea. But
thumb in
I
the
haven't
bum.
seen any reply yet. But I see this
What
meme
do you
being
do?
shared about Khrushchev's message from 61 years ago, and basically it's like this quote where he claims that your children will live under communism. You Americans are so gullible. You won't accept communism outright, but we'll keep feeding you little doses. And it's just like all it takes. And so it's a picture of a screen of text, and of course it's like 3 or 4 of her friends like, oh my God, this is scary. We need to bring back God into our lives. And shit.
Oh,
It's like, Mom isn't even religious or anything, but it's just like, I just had to post, and I'm like, I couldn't help it. I'm like, I know I shouldn't. This is why I don't look at Facebook, but I just like,
Yeah,
I gotta call this stupid shit out, because it's like, I just said, everybody please calm down. It's like, just a quick Google search will let you know that this is actually a complete false thing that was disproven over a year and a half ago. I don't want your heart rate to get up because of communism. Sincerely, your know-it-all son.
Right.
And it's just like, be like, this is this. And I also wrote, like, this is the exact reason why we think the entire world's going crazy, is because you keep sharing this stuff that keeps stirring up your fears instead of just Googling it. If you're like, oh yeah, that's bullshit.
You should have came up with something and made your own meme and like said it was from J. Edgar Hoover or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
just make up a dude.
Yeah, J.
Make up
Edgar.
a fake
around the same
profile.
type
Yeah.
of time. Well, not
Friend
J.
my
Edgar Hoover,
mom.
let me- Yeah.
You could be like the family QAnon and just fuck with your family.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
dude.
no.
Yeah, dude.
I am
Get
not.
them all up in arms about fucking crazy liberal fucking plots to.
That's the thing. Is for the
steal
most
their
part, like, my
guns.
mom isn't like that really, but for her, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just one of those like,
She's an
she
old
reads it,
person. My
she
mom
just
does
hit the
the
share
same
button.
shit.
She just said,
Yeah.
I agree. This
Right.
sounds like some scary stuff. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so the thing is, and I also wrote, like, did you ever think of why is this a picture of a screen of some text? It's like, because the algorithms that
they're-
look for this kind of false information are fooled
Right.
that way.
Yep.
It's like, think, people.
It's fucking
God.
Nostradamus, dude.
Dumb shits.
Okay.
Think, people.
All right.
move along.
Next up, Teddy said, or Travis says, Teddy, that sign is horrific. Uh-huh.
Sign is-
I think he's probably
Lion's
referring
Man
to your lion's man cave.
Travis, you can stuff fat dick, bro.
Travis
Don't come at me like that,
only
man.
the fattest
Don't
dick.
come at me like that. Thought we was homies.
All right. Next up, we've got Mystic with reviews on hold.
Yeah, so I started at CBS and they have an editing system that's like everything is all in one. So like this is kind of like it's cool in one aspect because like the cameras are made by Grass Valley. That's the name of the software company. The fucking editing system, the server software, all that shit is made by the same company. So you don't even have to like export from your
Yeah,
fucking
from
timeline.
One thing
Put it
to
onto
another.
it. Yeah, like you just hit a button and send it right to the server.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't. It's so like you proxy edit everything. So like the original files lie on a different computer, and you edit it all, and then this thing fucking takes your timeline when you hit send,
It does
and
the
it
processing. after.
renders it down, processing on the actual HD file in this massive computer,
Damn.
and then sends that within like 15 seconds.
Holy
Jeez,
fuck.
that's quick.
Dude, it is
The
insane.
rendering itself is only about 15 seconds long.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Oh.
crazy. What's your
Yeah.
fuck what you think then?
So like I can't.
That you can't take
do-
it home, fuck around with.
No, that I can't. At Fox, everything was self-contained in my bay, so I can make fucking video or I can make reviews, Like I could do the voiceover in my bay, put it onto my fucking computer, edit it, and send it out, and nobody would know unless they went on my computer to find it.
Oh,
You
because
know
it's
what I'm saying?
localized
Like,
on your laptop.
it's localized. This I can't. I can't even export to the hard drive of my computer unless I'm in the HD bay. You know what I'm saying? Which is possible, I guess. But I can't do reviews until I get a laptop.
Are you gonna get one?
Yeah, eventually.
Black Friday deals.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll be looking at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cyber
you're just gonna
Monday.
buy one.
Dude, they're the same price now. Just go buy a fucking laptop.
Though, yeah,
Black Friday deals.
the deals
same
are
price.
definitely coming
Yeah,
out.
shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Of course they're coming out. They just, look, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
just send you
they
the
just want you to
specs,
buy the goddamn.
because I don't know that I need the what you were talking about, that high-end fucking video card.
Right. We'll get something with a 1650 in it. 16.
Okay, I did see some of those.
Yeah.
What's a 1650 now. Is
That's-
that the
'Cause I'm
highest?
going-
caliber
No, that's
cable?
the mid-tier Nvidia card. That would be enough for Mystic, and you can
Yeah, I'm
get
going the
those for
16. I
like.
need more RAM and more processor.
Yeah, go with the 1650, and then you can just, if you need to put more RAM in, just buy a couple sticks of RAM, and you can put those in. Yeah, you can get
Anyway,
a 1650.
Now we're nerding out on side topics.
Right.
You can get a laptop, a 1650 laptop for probably like
Yeah, Black Friday again. Move it along.
$700.
What they are, 800.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So Teddy, trans people pissed at Forza 5 Horizons.
What? Really? They get pissed about
Okay,
anything.
Okay, so look, before I
right.
go into this, I'm going to say some things that trans people aren't going to find funny. I don't have a problem with trans people, but I think the hormones should
Okay,
be.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle in this shit?
No. Okay, so Forza Horizon 5 has a pretty cool little feature. It calls you by your name, the name that's on your Microsoft account. So when I was playing it, I heard it calling me Ronnie. I'm like, well, holy fucking shit. Way to go. Cool. Oh shit, I told everybody my real name. Fuck, they know who I am. Apparently, some trans people are getting upset with this because their pre-transition name is their Microsoft account name, which is their dead
Oh
name.
my God.
Okay,
Well,
which is
they
they call it their dead name,
Man.
and so they're saying the game is dead naming him, and it's very detrimental to him. Look, man, shut
Traumatizing.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude,
traumatized.
I'm like, not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody. They let you choose
Right.
your goddamn pronoun in this game.
Right.
For fuck's sake, and it's a racing game.
My
Well,
They're
fucking
trying. I mean, they're fucking trying.
my
I bet you the controversy
character.
started on Twitter.
Right. My character in Forza Horizon 5 is a trans person with a man's body, 2 robotic arms, 2 prosthetic arms, and a woman's voice wearing a sundress and a flannel.
Nice.
So it allows you to make that all that kind of crazy.
You could do whatever the fuck you want.
Race. I mean, yeah,
But
it's like I said, it's kind of like the characterization.
It's violent
almost
to
like,
trans
like
people
Cyberpunk.
because it
That
says their
sounds
old
really
name.
detrimental.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I
it's
think-
their goddamn. What is their goddamn fault? 'Cause they didn't change their fucking name in Microsoft account after they switched over to transition. Okay,
If
they had done that shit.
The Dave Chappelle thing
Yeah.
is going to be a breaking point of that. People, it's like, okay, you're getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trans activist. It's not trans people who are
No,
making
not
these
all
dumb
of them,
fucking
but-
problems. It's just, well, it's these trans activists who are posting dumb shit on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
and like willing to bend logic for the sake of like, oh, it's all like about a
You know, look, my
victimhood.
wife, dude, I
I'm
fuck with my wife about all the time. I was like, because the whole they and them. I was telling her like that you can't like either if you're a they or them, that's a plural. That means there's 2 of you inside there, and y'all need to play double fair. Y'all gonna be fucking with me. You can call yourself they or them. I mean, you got like you said, the bending logic is not fucking.
Right.
It's a goddamn video game. They're not trying to offend
Well,
anybody.
and you also
Right.
have to remind yourself too that it's what is it? 20% of Americans are on Twitter, and then like only 10% of the users of Twitter make the posts that actually get followed.
I didn't know this was on Twitter. I got it off.
Oh, I'm sure that's where it blew up because that's where all this dumb shit blows up.
Yeah.
I saw it
And we
off,
think-
off of
And then the
what I
news
saw
follows
was-
it and
okay,
talks
what I
about it.
saw
We think it's
was
bigger than
fucking
it is.
and fucking
It's probably
Ashtray's
2
not gonna be
trans
talking.
people.
Ashtray, can I talk? God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
I'm drunk.
He's fucking hopped up on his hipster honey.
Yeah, hipster
Fucking
honey.
Shit. Yeah, I saw it on. It was on Reddit, and and then there was some articles on some game.
Hmm.
But like I said, I didn't know it was on Twitter. But Mystic's on Twitter, right? He can
Blame everything on Twitter.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So speaking of Reddit, my fuck what you think is self-promotion banning. So whenever I make a review video or whatever, I like posting these on various subreddits like PC gaming, or there are game review ones, or game, because people are fucking interested in that one thing and they want to talk about that one thing. And a lot of these subreddits have
moderators,
rules and moderators that are like no self-promotion. And it's like, okay, dude, I need to fucking host my video somewhere. It's going to be on my goddamn channel. I don't fucking mention the Red Eye Report. Because I have the watermark there or whatever. And I've had videos that have gotten shut down right away. And then I just put one up today and nothing. And it's like, what is the
Nothing
logic
is in
here?
it. Got shut down or didn't get shut down?
Didn't get shut down. And that's the thing. Every time that it's gotten shut down, people were engaging with it. I'm having conversations about it. And I go to respond to these people and I can't because the thread's been fucking shut down. Because it was, you know, it's like
nope.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, I get like spammy, gross bullshit. But if you took the time to fucking look at this is not what that is. You know, it's
weird because like some of these mods are just regular, normal fucking nerds.
I know.
Mean, they are nerds, don't get me wrong, but
right.
They're not, like working at Twitter. They just have like whatever the authority on that thread.
We're talking
right?
about Reddit now. We're not talking about Twitter.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I mean, what do you have against Twitter tonight? What is going on?
I'm sorry. They don't work at Reddit. They're just like mods, like regular users with more authority. Correct?
Yeah, they are. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's a little frustrating. Sometimes it's okay. Other times it isn't. It's like, okay, whatever. And the people in your communities that you're supposedly trying to shelter, they're trying to fucking talk to me about this shit, and you're not letting them do that. So what is your function as a moderator here? Like,
right.
You're fucking shutting these conversations down. All right. So that's it for the show tonight. Go fuck yourselves, motherfuckers that destroyed the Great Library of Alexandria. You fucking fucked us in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucked Alexandria in the ass. We were just a twinkle in the sky.
Right. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure to join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. You can also twiddle us at redeye_report. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Oracle.
This is Ashtray. Two holdouts staring each other down.
That's Teddy.
and that's Mystic.
Touche, motherfuckers. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Well played, sir.
Bam.
Well played.
Happy Veterans Day, Travis.
Yeah, shout out to Travis for all of his, man. However
Hey, you're a veteran too, buddy. Happy Veterans Day.
Bam.